Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. Okay. Wonderful. So how would you like us to address you by Mr. Zenegaro or
Zyngaro. Yeah, that's my my the name I use in socials. But yes, my name is Giacomo.
Mhm.
It's like you are or every like I have to wait someone or maybe uh,
Oh, wait for more people to come. Um,
yeah.
Slowly people are trickling in. So yeah, if you want to wait another 5 minutes, we
No,
can.
no,
In the
yeah,
meantime,
yeah, it's not a problem. Yes.
we can like and I guess ask a few questions. If anybody has any questions now, you guys have anything you wanted to ask? Like he's a 2D animator. He's worked on Cuphead. He's worked for Disney. He's worked on two other shows. I found it on YouTube. Hold on, let me kind of get up real quick.
Cuphead, like the game or the show?
No, the Cuphead show. The Cuphead show.
Yes, the
Uh,
Cuphead show, Lupin's Tales from
Yes,
Zillan.
the loop. Yes, Lupin.
Uh,
I
yeah.
see the episodes are on YouTube, so you can find episodes on there. So
Isn't that show a Netflix original, Bo?
I don't know.
That's a Netflix show.
It's a Netflix show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you also work on Hazbin Hotel?
Yes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. He's the special effects artist on Has Been Hotel. So if you had the chance to check out his Instagram, some of the explosions, during that music video, Gravity.
No,
Um,
no, no. Actually, I was the FX supervisor, so I
oh,
almost made all the effects that you can see in the season. Like,
okay, okay. All right. Well,
uh,
they turned out really great. Yeah.
thank you so much. Yeah. Also, there is a curious thing that Spindle Horse didn't like tell us to make impact frames,
Mhm.
but I added them anyways. So and they liked it so much that they kept them like in the whole season. You know. So in fact, you can count them like there are many. Few of them, I don't know. So I wanted to know if you like to see how I approached some of the effects by making impact frames.
Mhm.
We have just 2 hours, but I mean, we can do something really cool in 2 hours. So
Yes. Yes, definitely. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
everybody would be interested into that. Yeah.
nice. All right. So basically, so you are a collective, right?
Yes, so we are a club at Towson University called TU Animation Industry Club. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I got
Okay.
a little poster here. So, yeah, so pretty much our mission is to kind of educate students about the various job positions in the animation industry. So every week, we'll either maybe have a guest speaker or maybe we'll conduct a workshop to teach them about the various, like maybe introduce them to software, Toon Boom Harmony, Maya, Blender, and maybe some free to use software because not everybody can pay for the
Yeah.
license for some software. So we're trying to make that. I try to find resources and maybe create packets and then teach the workshops and
Hmm.
kind of just share that information with the members and all the resources that I come across that's like free and available. Yeah.
Wow, that's so nice.
Mhm.
Oh, wish you the best.
Thank
Wish you the best. Also, so if you want, I can start from here. So you're students, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So how many years are missing to your to end the school? I don't know how it works in there in Maryland, right? So how many years do you have to do?
Oh, to Well, it's a 4-year university, so 120 credits. The sorry, specify your question.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, are you about to enter the industry of animation, or like you're missing few other years in your
Oh, for me, I'm actually about to graduate
Oh,
by like next week on the 17th. So I'm about to finish with my bachelor's.
okay, okay.
And outside of that, I sometimes teach animation at the local art centers. So I kind of send proposals to
Okay.
local art centers that are open to me teaching animation. So
Uh,
I've already been able to teach animations to different age groups. And also I'm like a substitute teacher outside of that.
oh, nice, nice. Okay, okay. No, I asked that because if you ever wondered what to do outside of university, like special effects is one way of like finding a job very, very fast because there are like almost no effects artists. Some like there are a lot of animators, but are generalists. And so if you specialize in FX, you can find a lot of like jobs because there are plenty of requests
Hmm.
about that specific role. I mean, if you want, we can start.
Yes.
Uh, I would share
Yeah,
the
some people are slowly gonna trickle in.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow,
Here
so
yet. Yanni's not here.
yes. Yeah, Yadi, he's coming from work.
Oh,
Okay, so yes, go ahead. Uh yeah, I gave you the approval for screen sharing.
Okay, perfect.
well, let's get started, right?
Yeah. Hey.
Or,
So I will use Toon Boom Harmony for this because it's
Oh.
the main resource of the like almost every animation studio. So almost everyone use this one. I think you already know that. Um, so basically, I don't know if you know everything about Harmony. If you feel that you have to stop me to ask questions because I'm doing stuff that maybe you are not understanding, maybe I will explain. Okay, so don't worry. Stop me whenever.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we can start talking about maybe um, what to do. We can create some sparks. I heard that you'd like to see some like electricity and maybe some impact frames. Something we can like make thunder impacting in the background. Yeah, I don't know, stuff like that. There is like uh, one single thing that I usually do when in terms of like the approach that I use working with like with effects like this because there are like when you enter the world of special effects you will start understanding that there are like calm elements and angry ones. So fire, for example, fire and electricity, those are like nervous elements compared to water and maybe smoke that are like moving slowly. Sometimes because also water is very dynamic, it can change based on the energy that you can transfer in it, you know. But sparks, electricity, um, those are very angry effects. So they need like few frames to be very impactful, like in the eye of the viewers. Also, yeah, there is one specific exercise that I assure is the best that you can do to better understand animation in special effects, which is the flag effect. So, have you ever heard about like the flag effect? So movements of things that do this kind of movement, right? So the flags, those if you learn how to master these effects, you can like understand fire, smoke, water, hair, flags, whips. You can move whatever, like everything. Also sparks, because sparks use the same exact um, um, physics rule of the flag, the like whip effect, the transfer through the wave, of the energy. So when we want to work with sparks, let's say a thunder, for example, I always start from the design first. So, and then I go back and then move forward. I just need to focus on what we want to finish with before starting animating it. So sometimes maybe people start with the straight ahead animation. So maybe you want like a little piece at the beginning, and then you make it grow, and then it becomes the final design, and then it disappears. But I don't like that approach, because you can lose yourself through the path of making it. So instead, having like starting sketching some, yeah, I would like for effects, I always use the brush. Not always, but like most of the time, because I can easily erase with the pencil, sorry, with the eraser tool, and maybe also the cutter, it, you can sculpt very like nice shapes if you use the brush, because the pencil has the inner line that like can help you move the lines like this, but it actually, if you go with the eraser tool, it kind of breaks them like this. So I don't really like that with the effects. So if you are not confident with the designs of the sparks, etc., you can go in Pinterest and like maybe drag and drop something and then go over it and then try to animate it. I will just skip that part, but you can easily do that. So let's say that we want to create something that hits in the like this. So something that goes like there. Do you also want to see some compositing, like at the end of the animation? You like
Oh,
that?
oh, yes.
Okay, so we can also work with that, because there are like very like simple mode that can, if you know how to manage them, like you just need few of them, and you can complete an entire effects without the help of After Effects, for example. So for example, yeah, I roughed this shape here, but I still don't like it. So maybe I go with the cutter, for example, and start like cutting out some pieces to create a better visual of the effects. Something like this, for example, maybe. You know what you can do? Like doing stuff like this, you can think of creating like fat bodies between skinny lines where the plasma turns, something like this. So here, for example, you have like a triangle. And so because I have a big chunk here, and then I want to uh, choke it a little bit up here and then change the direction of it again. Sort of like something like this. Also, creating some spikes helps the design, creating that sense of like dangerousness, of the effects. Also, the fire, the more spikes it has, the more dangerous it looks like, it looks. Sorry for my English. Sometimes I just.
Oh, no, no, no. Your English is fine.
Thanks. Uh, so
Yeah, for him or? Yeah, for him. Oh, yeah, go ahead, go ahead. She's got a quick question.
yeah.
Is this like the only software that you use, or do you like use any other software to like enhance the final product of these effects?
I personally use Toon Boom Harmony and TV Paint. So TV Paint is the second one that I use if I want to achieve a more organic feeling of the effects. Because this is vector, like this Toon Boom Harmony uses vectors. You can always change the feeling of the things by creating like a bitmap, and then having that can like give you a whole another like feeling. Like this uses pixel, this one doesn't. See, and so it creates that feel. Also, the brush has many other um, textures, that you can choose from. But yes, I most of the time like I use Toon Boom Harmony also because I work for Toon Boom Animation, so is the software that I know the most. But I highly recommend you TV Paint, which is really interesting to work with. I've made a full like episode of like something like what was that, like 10 years ago, when I was in school, and it's all made in TV Paint. I kind of don't want to show you that but if you want, there is this name. If you write that, it should appear in YouTube. That is completely made with TV Paint. Is one of the few that I have. Also, yeah, sometimes I use After Effects to do some like compositing stuff, and some little animations of like some graphic designs, when stuff has just to move a little bit, I use After Effects. But yes, I personally I love Toon Boom Harmony also because you can do whatever. Like there is also 3D in there, so you can basically do whatever. um hope I answered your question. Okay, nice. So let's say that we like the body that we design here. So it starts to it's time to apply some like little little uh, ramification. I don't know, so it's like little pieces exiting from like those angles created by the change of direction. And so when you work with the sparks, you have to think them as something that it's really, it doesn't know where to go, so it changes idea very fast. So it's like, oh, I go here, no, okay, no, I go here, no, okay, I go here, I go here. And so when it stops, it creates usually that little, like, it's like the child that gets lost, and then, oh, where are my parents? Oh, there we go, and then reunites with the thicker body. And so you kind of have those little pieces that start creating a whole new movement on the body, something like this. So this really helps the body of the plasma, creating that feeling of electricity that we need in terms of, like, I will just go fast because I cannot, like, stand on the design too much because of the time that we have. Because the part that will take most of the time that we have is the impact itself. So let's go through that. So once I'm happy with the design, I can go back and switch on the onion skin and just go through the body of the effect. So this is something that I do to anticipate the hit before actually hitting with the. This is the frame of the hit. Here we have to be aware, though, of the spaces. We don't want to go outside the green because that is bad. We just need to stay in the middle, as it was like the endoskeleton, something like this. So I want to create a thinner version of the spark to anticipate the creation of that effects. So I want to go back again, maybe do just little, like a little anticipation like this. This is okay. All right. Something like this that can track the movement. Okay, can help us tracking the spark from the beginning. All right, so from here, so I will stick with like step one. I want to maintain that on once because that. Sorry, one moment. Okay, sorry. I had the dog walking around. Couldn't hear myself. So here, I was saying we want to maintain the ones because we want to change the exposure right after when we want to focus more on the timing that we want to give to the effects. So here, we want a change of the design. So we want to create that flag effect that I was talking about before. So if you imagine that as a flag, something like this, okay, you can better understand its movement. Okay, so we want to see the energy transfer to the ground. And so, oh, hi everybody. So we want to see the movement going into the ground, right? So here, I have to focus on the angles that I have and understand how to move them down without making it look like it was going the opposite way. Otherwise, we have like a change of direction. Like we don't want to make it go from bottom to top. We want the opposite, all right? So this is like a kind of difficult because if I just do this, so thinking about like I see this, I want to move this downward like this. I'm not thinking about the fact that this could seem like it's going upwards. So here we have to be extra aware of how spaces should be used in order not to do that mistake. And not to do that, how do we do that? We just need to give less space to the nearest one. Like, so for example, if I want this angle to look like it's this one, I have to make it like put it near this instead of near this. So this is like further away. And so because that has less space, it will look like this is going downwards instead of like going upwards because our eye will correlate better this movement rather than this one. So we have to create some changes of the design based on this. So here, we don't want to stick too much on the design itself. We don't want to lose too much time on understanding those angles. I just need to know where to put them, and I will do that also. I can do that later. I just want to sketch something that I can like before going into the creation of its final version. So, so here, for example, I have this and this. I don't like it's too near. So I want to change a little bit, moving it downward like this. Say something like this one. Also, always look at like how it moves. So if we have the feeling of something that's moving downwards like this, we are okay with it. So we have this angle that looks like this. So it's moving very, very fast and we like it because we can like correlate it. Also, this becomes this one. So we like it. This instead, yes, also this one comes this one. And so we have this movement here. Also, one thing that I always add in the spark when something hits hard the ground, I like to add like the starting point, like I like to make it straight like this and then bend it like this because it looks like it found resistance in the ground, and so it creates also more power in the effect. So here we still missing the little pieces. We can create that. Kinda.
I think so.
Well, feel free to stop me whenever you like.
Oh, no, you're fine. Continue.
Okay. Okay. All right, something like this could work.
Post questions in the Discord.
Sure. You want to post questions here or, yeah, okay. All right.
So here, for example, I moved this a little forward, but I don't know if it works. So let me go back and see. Okay, kinda. So I added this curve as it was pushed by the base of the plasma here. So I'm talking about this thing here. So it's like pushed, you see? This let's call this thing an elbow. So the elbow pushes that curve, making like go uh, outside the railways. And so we have the feeling of that moving forward. And then so here we can still want having something. You know what we can do here? Let me see. Okay, so this goes down like this. So here we can both we can either add another one of the change of the design. Um, Always remember to create some sort of like oval shape where the starting point has few movements, and then in the base of like the middle belly has more, is like it's more opened in terms of elbows. And then it goes straight in the like reducing the shape. So if you create this wave here, it works better. Don't make the mistake of creating some sort of like this, you know. This doesn't really work as a shape in terms of, so something like a bell, something like this. So remember, always an oval, something that can have this. So if we want to move this downwards again, remember, we need to reduce the amount of movement that it has. So we have to shrink it. So here, let's say that we want, yeah, make another one. We want to have, yeah, okay. So here, that was the thing that I was talking about before. So I want this elbow to increase in shape, like here, okay, going downwards. But it can look like this moved the opposite way. So not to make it seem like it mirrored, we need to be aware of that and change some movement, like putting this near this one instead of like this. So our eye can better correlate the movement and associate that to that. Also this one, we want to make it go like down, like here. See if it works. Something like this. Um, we also have secondary movement. Now it's going downwards like this, right? So, but we have this that's been launched to this direction. So we want to create some sort of like wavy movement and make it go back. onto this, maybe creating another connection to this angle. So we can basically do whatever we like the most with the sparks, because they don't really have many rules. You just have to stick with like the few of the few that it has, and it will like become very nice and working effects, you see. So from here, I want to create the impact. So that hit, right? And it's basically it's up to us whenever adds the impact. The impact should go where it has like where the scene has more power. So we can choose either like hitting the impact in this frame. We can like make it this chart like make it like go a little under the earth before exploding in the impact frame, to create a little bit more like anticipation of that. I see the thunder for a little more time, I mean, and so I'm more prepared on the impact in some sense. And so before the impact, let's say that we want to put the impact here. Then after that, we will create some like timing with the frames that we created. So here we just want to stop the animation and make it thicker, like something like this. Just want to make it thicker all around, create some sort of like an armor that will make it look like it's about to explode. So if we expand the energy without moving, it will look like it's the best for like anticipating the impact. We can take advantage of this also by moving the little plasma as well. So we can continue with this instead, like the main body remains there, but this we can still like moving that a little bit. Maybe just by doing this. So this could be enough. Also this one. Let's say that we want to move this a little bit back. So not here. I want the curve to go down here. I want to make it thicker. So this one. Something like this. So it continues. Something like this. No, I don't like this. Okay, so just like the trench, like a trench, something like this, you see? So this thickens up a little bit. And then we want to make it explode into the impact. So the next one will be the actual impact. And we want to just how to make the impact. We just want to prepare the impact by creating like an opposed color. So in this case, the black. Usually impacts are black and white because white is the brightness, the max brightness that you can achieve, and black is the darkest, uh, let's call it color. So everything is in shadow, everything is exposed by the lighting. And so this creates those um, high contrasts. And so down here, this is the important thing, because in Toon Harmony, if we don't put like color card, it will be black. So when the thunder becomes black, I can go in the underlay layer, for example, and create like some very, very bright layer. So we have that feeling of home. Okay. So as it like all the white that we had inside of this shape just went outside, okay, leaving that shape empty. So that's the feeling that we want to have in that movement, okay, to create the perfect contrast. I don't know. Some of you is epileptic because the impact frames could be
Epileptic?
No, I'm cool.
Okay. Okay, no, it doesn't seem like nobody here is epileptic, so I think we're okay.
to ask because I was playing with that. So I thought, oh, fuck. I had some like students that were epileptic and they wanted to do some like effects. So weird, but yeah, there are people.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, here now we want before going ahead, we want to create some like give some space, create like some space in the exposure, okay? And I want to create also a little bit of an anticipation. One thing that I really like to do in the thunders, like the electricity, is creating some sort of like intermittence in the energy, okay, before making it appear. So here we want to make it grow bigger before hitting. It is a little bit weird, but yeah, it could work. Let's let's try it. Let's see if it works or not. It's the first time I do that. I don't usually do the this kind of anticipation to moving sparks. Usually do with like light rays, like some of that. You know, when you have the death ray, for example, something that's really straight. So I usually do this kind of thing to anticipate it. And so if you create some empty spaces uh, between the frames here, you can achieve that thing before making it hit. Boom. Okay. So, and I can go back and create, oh, fuck. This should be in the line art. Okay. You know what we can do? We can anticipate it like this, make it grow bigger, and then we can move the starting frame to this. Boom. Okay. So So here there is something that we need to do for the best impact possible. I highly recommend you to use this. Do you know guides in Toon Boom, Armon?
Hmm. You know, I never used them. Like the measurement, the ruler guides, or
Yeah, it's basically that. Guides create. You can choose some point perspectives. Those are very useful to do to create impact frames because you don't need the ruler anymore. It kind of it's magnetic, so it kind of adapts the line to those diagonals that you need. So, for example, if we need 1 point perspective, because um, we have this. So you see, we can move this to the point here, and it creates all those lines around. And so I use this to create lines. So impacts can be different. You can choose whatever method to create the impact. People can do like multiple impact ones, like a triple impact. You know what? A really great example of that is, do you know the line, right? So the line has made this battle aces. This is beautiful. If you didn't already watch it, run and watch it because it's beautiful. So in something, yeah, for example, here we have a really great. Let me mute that. A really great example of what impact frame could look like. So here we have we are about to explode, so it kind of irradiates light from those specific, like the mouth and the eyes. So we concentrate the attention of the viewer, reducing the brightness all around, and then we create the opposite. So here we have the shot, and then it goes the opposite way. So it kind of gives the feeling of like creates the direction of the explosion because this projectile should go this direction. So the explosion anticipates that. And then you have a very powerful one, again, like the first, but more elaborated, let's call it like this. And then you have again the opposite, which is more likely something like this, but more light. And then you have those opposites, you know? And if I play it, it becomes like this. Boom. Okay. So you have a really great explosion, which is very fast because the impact doesn't need much time to. But you see, you have those double movements. So we can create the double one. Also, there is just like some impacts that work with one movement. But here we can basically, oops. Uh, you see, if we go with those rulers like this, we can create
There's actually like sideways. That means if this is the high salt content. Will like come back.
that.
Flattening comes from. You know, like, you know how like snails can't touch salt. thinking, yeah, that's basically what's going on.
So this is very, very useful because it doesn't really it doesn't make you do mistakes. Doesn't allow your hand making mistakes. And so we with those synetic no, let's call them synetic lines, we give more power.
There's not a way for it to be done this.
So, so something like this. Then also here, we can create some lines that can suggest the movement. You see how stronger it gets with just lines. And to create even more brightness, like the sense of brightness. Maybe this is a little too much at the beginning, like invading that much space, you know? So I want to close this a little bit. Create some waves of lines. Sometimes it can do those kind of straight lines, which is something that I really, really hate about those guides, but it's very useful. So the beauty and the boring also at the same time part of making an impact frame is that the more organic it looks, the more beautiful it gets. So spending time on those lines, it's important because you will create very beautiful impact. And even though it will be one frame, it will be visible because the impact is very, very bright. And so it covers all the, like everything that the eyes of the viewers can see, actually. So very, very important making a good impact frame. So something like this. The important thing is like it's giving space to the thunder because this is the brightest part, you know. So we don't want to give too much body onto those lines. We need that to be the thickest of the others, like of all the lines that we've made. So we can thicken them up like a little bit like this, but then we have to remember that this should be the thickest. We can like switch a little bit the lights on the angles, but remember of the lines. So simply create some shadows with lines, but the bodies shouldn't be thicker than this. Maybe it's much. No, okay. Okay, and that's one. Okay. So once we've done, we can remove it. We can also create some things down here, but yeah, just we don't want to. So after this one here, oh, remember one thing here, I don't have the background, so I'm just creating some lines around, but if you have the background, you should use it in your favor, um, like the things that you have in foreground should cast uh, thicker shadows. You have to exclude the things that you see in the backgrounds. So you want to highlight the main source of light and the parts in the foreground, for example, creating all ones, and maybe erase some of the parts. Let's say that I have a tree, something like this, okay, in the foreground, and I have a bomb exploding here. I want to create those casting those kind of shadows as I did for those lines, but applied to the background. And I can also cut some like parts like this, so I can give also the light some space, something like this, right? So this is the treatment that we want to give the backgrounds when we have the impact frames. But here we don't have any, um, so here we kind of want to have another impact. Yeah. So after this one, we want to go back on something like, for example, this one. I want to copy paste it because I don't want to waste too much time on creating designs over designs over designs. That time it will be the opposite. But maybe this looks like it went back. So maybe you know what we can do? We can just, let's see how it gets, how it becomes. Here we want another impact on this, and we should do a whole new, again, the 1 point perspective, creating some new lines. But this time, those are brighter. Why am I working with straight lines? Ah, go here. Okay. So we want to kind of launch those. Want to launch those lines. maybe this is too much. Uh, I want to focus more on this part, so here should have less. Um, to learn how to make those, um, it's important that you think about having an electrocardiogram, you know? So you kind of want to go a little high, a little low, a little stabilized, and then go again like this. So if you think about that, you can create a better shaped thunder. Um, Something like this. Here I want to go a little bit over and down, like little both on the sides, on the both sides. And also here, as I said before about the backgrounds, I want to do it here. Let me see if so I kind of have to continue those lines where I put them here and make them white this time. So we kind of, all this red giving me a hard time, but so like fragments of light. So our eye can still catch the movement, because if we do just one frame with all those lines, they remain lines. Instead, if we give one other frame with those lines, those become movement.
What animation are you talking about? I'm just any. I did post some. It's in the introductions and art share. Ah. Okay. Oh, yeah, so are you interested?
Need help with something.
You need some help with something?
I'm waiting.
Okay,
See, be along breaking my right work. There's,
hmm. Secret project,
yeah,
cool.
I'll explain later.
Okay. I seen if I can join in.
And
Hmm.
This part is a little boring, but can't do much about it.
Like, I do have a curious question about like, since you've been using the brush,
Uh-huh.
like, do you feel like it's better than using the pencil tool? Because I know like the pencil tool just gives you like lines that you can
Mhm.
edit, and the paint tool kind of gives you like I kind of like two sets of vectors that you can mess around with.
Mhm.
Um, do you feel like one is better than the other?
Depending on what you need to achieve, like I don't ever use the brush to with the contour editor. So, for example, I don't do this with the brush, okay? But I do this with the pencil. So if I have to put, so for example, for the rigging and creating characters and clean up,
Mhm.
I use the pencil. To creating special effects, I use the brush because there I need to sculpt. And sculpting with the brush gives you exactly the space that you want to curve. So you want to curve the brush like this, you can. And so that helps me a lot when creating shapes like this. Because you see, I just go like this, for example, and I curve them in a new shape. Instead, if I use a pencil, even though maybe it can look like the same, if I try to shape this thing, I cannot. You see, because this has an inner vector which doesn't really allow me creating a nice shape like this one can, because this maintains the perimeter right. This instead, uh, because it is an endoskeleton, kind of rearranges it, and so that's the main reason.
Oh,
Well, those are made for two different purposes, and the brush in this case is better because now I need to cut.
oh, that's not for dry skin.
No, that's more for arthritis.
Oh, then no, I can't use that either.
Hmm. Right, so okay, something like this, then I can copy it and paste again. So here, oops, at this point, before going ahead, uh, we can do the double. Let's see how it works if we double it. Maybe it's a little overkill, just, but let's stick with that. We can change it later. Okay. So how to make it disappear? So this part is um, the part in which I like to spend a little bit more time on, because this is it's time to make it disappear. And I like personally to make it disappear in place. So sometimes things, for example, fires, ripples of the water, they still move. Okay. Instead, here, I want to disappear in place. So I just want to create. Let's focus on the main body first, because it's better to do one thing at a time instead of like having plenty of things to take a look at. So here, I just want to make it shrink more and more and more until it disappears, and then add an intermission. So the those thick parts are the last ones that the last ones they disappear to disappear. Like those here will resist more, like over those, which will start like creating some cuts. between this. Leaving fragments of the plasma around. Here you have to be aware of not to be too even on the spaces. So if something happens like this, try to reduce the spaces. Otherwise, it will look like a little bit too mechanical and it's unpleasant. So like this. See, so making it absorb like this. We are getting near the end of the animation, but we have a lot of other things to add in this animation. I kind of have to go faster. So you see, we are just working with the main body because the little sparks, I like to do something with those. I like to transfer them all onto the ground and make them crawl a little bit before making them disappear. Um, Fill the space. This as well. This is too much. Even though it's like just a little bit, don't underestimate the little pieces because those are just as important as those. You can see this thing here. It's not something that you have to sleep on. So divide this one here. Last one. This and that. All right. So here, like this, we have making like absorbed like this. Boom. Okay. So this part, we want to make it intermittent at the end, something like this. Or maybe all the way.
That's
Something like,
pretty cool.
like it.
Yes.
You see, just by removing some frames, it creates a whole another um, like feeling. Boom.
I
And
like the boom. I like I definitely like your incorporation of the impact lines.
oh, yeah, those are really, really easy.
Hmm.
Just a point perspective.
Yeah,
And
you showed us. It was very well executed.
oh, thanks.
I was paying attention to how you added the impact lines.
Sorry?
I was paying attention to how you added the impact lines.
Okay. No, it's just this. So you basically put a 1 point perspective here and you automatically have the lines. And so you just start creating them like this.
Got
They
it.
automatically go in diagonal like this ways, like this. So those are not completed. Like impact frames need a lot more than this, but yes, that could be okay.
Great.
Uh, so here now we can take care of that, the secondary parts. This we want to make it change. So we want to transfer. Maybe this is already too much. So we want to create some curves. Now from here we want to make them crawl. Uh, this one is still like change. Sometimes those little lines can change drastically while like the point of the anchor points and continue with the body in the middle where they were before. Something like this. And we want to make it follow a little bit this. See if it works. So right after, don't like it too much. This is moving too fast. So here I want to chomp a little bit this line. Oops. And this, right, something like this. This instead still wants to go here, and I want to make it starting disappearing like this, like the other line. So instead of standing still like this, the centered body, this wants to continue like go ahead to create a little movement. And you will see it will change completely the feeling of the under. This moves, I mean. Something like this. Mm. Okay, so here all around we have little pieces of plasmatic material crawling around and disappearing. So something like this. So you see this part at the end with this that moves and this that stays in place creates a very interesting disappearance, like something like this. That can really work. Boom. So here we want to reduce a little bit. You know what? Maybe we can delete this thing. We can just go with that. Otherwise, it's too much at the beginning. Yeah, better. Also, maybe without. Yeah, maybe you know what? I can remove the intermittence from the beginning. I like it more direct, something like this. So otherwise, it's a little too much. Yeah, something like this. So very important thing that can help us creating even more dynamism and even more power to the impact is the camera movement. So we can add, you know, the node called Wake. The Quake gives, as it suggests, some movement that can make it like tremble, like something. So, for example, we can remove the Z axis and change the amplitude and the holding time. And with keyframes, we can manage the movement, because if you add the quake, if you just add the quake, it lasts all the scene, and we don't want that. So we want its value to be 0 at the beginning. So for example, here I want it to be 0, and then 1 is a little too much. So from here, I don't want 1. Let's see, like 0.4. It works. And then I want 0 again. So from here to there, I want to connect the keyframes and interpolate the animation and create just a curve that slowly fades into boom. And this helps me creating that movement. Maybe we can make it a little bit later. Oh yeah, it was too anticipated. Boom. Here. I want a little more. 0.7. How about this? Boom. Okay, you see it moving like I think we need like a background in order to see it better, because there's too much gray behind. Let's see if I can like download something at random. So yeah, even this one, for example, like I can screenshot that just to have a background. Or maybe, you know what? Let's use this. Oh, we can also try to recreate that feeling in compositing if you want.
Sure.
We can better stick with the, oops. So even though we don't have, oops. Okay, it has, you know what? We need to, yeah. So that's better. Okay, now we see, oops. We need a little bit of space. So you see now it's more visible how it moves the camera,
I actually
make
do
it.
like that camera shake.
Yeah, it's just a quake. It's something that with a
So,
little like two keyframes uh,
so you're
help.
saying there's some Quake node, you can attach it to the camera and it will make that earthquake effect.
Yeah, exactly. You also have the shake, which is kind of the same, but it has plenty of more values you can play with.
I
It's
actually
yeah.
did not know that Toon Boom had nodes.
Oh yeah, it has
That's
many.
great.
Yeah, absolutely. With the camera nodes, if you add some pegs, also, I don't know if you know that, but you can move the camera around, zoom in, zoom out, and create some really interesting movements um, for your animations. So, you know, like, so you know. Anyway, so here at this point, we need to recreate. If you want, we can with some compositing and transform completely the the effects that we have. So there is just one little node that I love. Like I just use this one because it's perfect. Like it's called glow. So the glow helps you achieving tons of like effects. You can create very interesting stuff. Remember that if you want to see composited stuff, you just need to switch on the render view. Otherwise, in OpenGL, it doesn't work. So here we want to copy this orange, at least trying to emulate that. It's a reddish. Yeah, let's use this for the inner body. We can like, we just want to play with intensity and radius. So if we switch, like if we increase the intensity, it will become brighter. And if we increase the radius, it will soften the edges. You see something like this. So if we decrease this, I like to create two versions of the uh, thunder, like two cables. I like one very sharp, like this, and the other. So if we use another glow,
Yeah, okay, yeah, he's doing it.
another one behind, um, more pinky reddish, something like this, with less intensity and more radius.
Okay.
So you can like switch on that part of the body, you know? Maybe it's too pink. Let me use a little more red, orange. Also, maybe this one is a little bit too bright. So we can soften it up and we can make it look like it's
Got back your secret of an DVD. Great.
something like this, right? So it's better composited like this. It looks like it's part of the background itself. Uh, but there is one little thing that happened here, which is it also affected the white backgrounds that we put, which is not a bad thing because it kind of I kind of like it because it resonates well with the what happens the background. But depending on what I want to have, so if I wanted to have a black thing back here, you know what we can do? We can create a whole another drawing. Teach you another node, which is very, very cool. So if I make a black frame here, but I don't want it to be that black. I want it to be a little transparent because we want to just make it darker, all the background. So like this, I render it a little bit like this. We have this. So in, oops. So it kind of works. We have a very interesting impact. And also, you know what we can do? We can use this black again here. And instead, one thing we can do, which is nice. We can make it like this long, and we can add a transparency node. And we can animate this transparency as we animated the quake. So we can put a keyframe here and we can make it go from 50% a little faster, I think, as our eyes are like getting used to the light. So increasingly. So should be that. Yes. Okay. And then I want to connect those and yeah, create a little curve in order to have the background increasingly getting brighter like this. So it's like it's coming back, the light that we can see in the background. I think it's too slow. Need to make it go. Yeah, it's too slow. We just need to move it like back there. Yeah, better. Oops. Something like this. All right. If we want to have a much more like some more body in that, And also add even more glows on the spark. I like it in this frame. Don't like it too much on this frame here. I want this very, very bright. So I think I would want to see this. You know what? This could be interesting. What happened here? Oh, so we have, okay, we don't want the black here. Maybe we don't want this. Maybe here we can increase a little the transparency to have even more. No, yeah, was the way. Even darker with a little hint of the background so we don't lose track of it. And then here and here. Let me see. I think we have to invert one of them, but let's see if it works. Yeah, no, it works. It can work. What do you think?
Looks good.
Mm-hmm. I definitely like the glow effect. It adds a lot. It really emulated the style of the video frame you used.
Yeah, yeah. We can do whatever. Like the moment that we have something. So, for example, here we also have a whole another. So if we wanted to make it look like uh, this animation is something else.
Yeah, it is. I guess Murad, you can post the animation.
Uh, what the one that he's doing?
Yeah, the one that he's doing.
If he sends it, but we also have it on
Yeah,
the
it's
Zoom,
recorded
so
too,
yeah,
so-
so you can
Oh,
keep watching
okay,
it later.
I understand. Thanks.
Yeah. So let's say that we want to change it and make it more like this, for example.
Yeah.
Apparently,
We can just move it to
Murad. There, it's six,
Oh.
Oh, see, check if I have swing access, so.
don't worry, Yanni. I'm sure you'll still have time so you can play your Genesis and be home alone again.
Let me check if it's on.
Never mind, I planned around this, reschedule. If I could stay here. It's no big, just check to see if they have access, that way you can tell my bride not to. The label on the.
We can also try to emulate that.
Not sure. Later.
Um, let's put it here. Yeah, here. So let's say that we want to emulate that style here. It's very easy because we just need some glows and some cables. So I want to put one glow here and one glow here. And I want to tell this glow to use this color. right? And I want to tell this glow to use a more powerful blue color, bluish, something that can have this aura here, you know. We will change it later. So in this one here, we want to increase the intensity and a little bit of the radius. Yeah, something like this. It doesn't even have. And this one is to be, you see what happens outside. So we want to increase this to have more blue outside. And so it's the same spark, but now it's more composited to this one here. So we can either have this or this, depending on what we prefer. Composite
I mean, it's a tough
into
decision. What do you guys like, the blue lightning or the other lightning that we already have?
I like lightning.
Okay.
Okay, so, can I see, can I see the other one?
this one. I like it. I like more this one here.
I like the angle.
I didn't see either of them because I was out in the hallway. Can I see that? I was like, not like lightning though.
I mean, honestly, I mean, I think the blue lightning works for the setting it's in. I mean, it all depends on like the context.
I like the orange lightning better because it stands out more.
Yeah.
Makes
Yeah.
sense because of color theory.
Yeah, here maybe we have to, it's not perfect. To make it perfect, we need to change this a little bit and oops,
Let's go.
decrease the intensity. Yeah, kinda. You see, it's easy. It's just intensity and radius. We don't need more. Also this. Less intense. Maybe this blue, it's not the best one. Yeah, this is better. So like this, we have.
Cool.
Hmm.
I'm hoping that later.
Yeah, and this other should be less. Right?
All along the session.
Kinda.
Yeah. Isn't that usually during Christmas? Oh, that is during Christmas time.
Yeah, something like this. Yes.
Right.
But yeah, just have like a pair of glows and you just play with those. And it's done. Easy as it is. So that's basically it. And move this back there. Um, well, I moved it a little bit too much. Now I have it all moved in this area here. This is covered, like it's uncovered. So
So is this like a Fortnite trailer or something? No, I'm kidding.
Come on, we gotta focus here, Brian.
I'm locked in a different way.
We can talk about that later. Now, I'll focus on what he's drawing.
I will let you have this here. Yeah, what do you think about it?
Great.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah,
So,
that was a great demonstration.
and you didn't have to bring it into another program because I was thinking like you were gonna bring it into After Effects to do the compositing, but yeah, I
I
know Toon Boom could be also your compositing as well.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. Yeah, exactly. As FX artists, we don't usually do that. But like this is a production problem. Like we need to create the effects and then they composite it. They composite the actual effects. There is a specific department that takes care of it. But if you are by your own and you want to use just one software, also because like it's 1,000 per year, so it's better that you use it well. But yes, you can get rid of every other softwares. You can also do cinematics with this. Like Harmony can help you with a lot of stuff in the camera movements. I do everything with Harmony, just Harmony. Don't need anything else. Um, yeah, it's very, very useful. And you see, like in just 2 hours, you can achieve like a full um, effects just with some rules, um, some parameters on the glows and stuff. With this, you just need to play it in render view and see what how it's becoming. Like it's more appealing like this or like that. And I usually do this combo here. This is perfect. Like you have two glows. One is less. It has less radius and more intensity. The other is has less intensity. This is different. Sorry. And one has more radius. It means like it creates that volume outside of brightness. And so in front, you put a sharp one. And so doubling the cable means that you want this in front of this one. So basically, you have a like if I switch off this thing here, you see, I have like this, which is not um, that blurred. Instead, this one adds some blurriness, like in the outer part, and also helps the effect inner part brightening it up a little bit.
Said it's awful.
So,
I said those places incestuous kid.
you have questions?
Oh, yes. Earlier we had like another student who had to leave early because they had a final. So here are their two questions. What is the most difficult effect you've worked on?
The most difficult effect. Um, oh, uh, I think in that's a difficult question. I think in Cuphead Show there is one effect, which is this one. I can show you. I have it somewhere. Let me see. Let me see. Uh, hmm. There is. I don't know if you remember. At the end, when the devil um, opens the hell and like pillars come from below, like this.
Hmm. In like the last episode, or
I don't remember if it's the last
I
episode.
mean, he does it a couple times. Like I know it's sort of like his thing, you know.
Yeah,
Like, every time
there.
he gets mad, fire shoots up.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Wait a moment that I take the thing. It is here. Where is it? Oh, here. Here. Okay, so where is it? Okay, it's not in this moment, but in this scene. So when also this one was very, very complicated
Mm.
to but this has a whole story behind it because the supervisors made a mistake on the time bid. Sorry, one moment. So I was saying the supervisor made a mistake on the time bid, and they that was a scene that required 48 hours to be done, and they gave me just 4 because the scene had to be delivered on to Netflix.
Oh.
And so I had to rush a lot. It took 11 hours, so I didn't sleep. I gave them the scene, so that was pretty hard.
Mm.
But that was their fault. Now the most difficult one though was this. Let me see if it appears. Oh, it's slow. Okay. Yes, definitely this one. This one here. Because this oops. Because this scene here,
To Cuphead.
uh, so you know what was the problem of this one? This scene here had to maintain the background behind, and it should have had a, a glow, like a gradient coming from below that wasn't affecting the lines of the effect itself. So that took a lot to be done. It's not one of the technically most difficult ones, but that was the fact that I had to create that glow here. This fucking glow took me a lifetime to be understood because those was a little bit difficult too.
Well, your effort paid off because it looked very seamless.
Thank you.
I also think that it's interesting how the ground is traditionally animated, and if I remember, the Cuphead show uses character rigs.
Yes, yes, yes. In fact,
So this is an interesting case of rigs combined with traditional animation. That is very impressive.
yeah. Thanks. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Those are all the scenes that I had done.
An interesting blend where rigs with traditional animation.
So for the next question they had was, how long did it take to learn the skills that you've obtained?
Um, well, animation requires a lot of practice. Like I'm not arrived. But for the skills that I have now, it took 8 years. Because yeah, but it for me, like it's 8 years, because I wasn't focused just on the effects. Like I focused on direction, storyboarding, character animation, traditional animation, rigging, cutout animation, and effects. Um, but for an FX artist, I think that if you are brave enough to approach different styles, understanding the physics behind all the elements, you can learn very, very fast. Also, because effects are kind of all design, and then there is physics and then some animation, but basically it's all design. And so when you start understanding their behavior, you can easily understand how to animate them properly. So I think if you keep practicing, like from 0 to 100, you can go like in 4 years, you can master effects as like a great. You also have to learn a lot of perspective and space, with time, other things that animation requires.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, Brian, come on up. That's the question.
I come up. Okay, I guess go up there.
I mean, I guess you can kind of see it.
I have this theory that I just kind of been thinking of in terms of animation. I was thinking about it just now, but I had this one coworker I was talking to, and I had this theory like, I feel like a well off probably a good comic book artist would probably be really good at like, starting off with animation
Yes.
because
Yes,
they
that
have the consistency.
yeah, absolutely true. Absolutely true. I have a friend of mine with which I've animated Rossoman, which is in the animation project that I show you. So this thing here. Um, Let me choose the right one, otherwise it has. So we have, what is the trailer? Okay, here. So if you want to take a look at it, this is an indie animation project that I'm doing. Like it's been 7 years right now, but this took us like 4 months, and the other animator was a comic artist.
Ah,
He
okay.
was an animator, but I teach him a little bit. I teach them a little bit, and he learned a lot. But because, yeah, as you said, if you know how to achieve perspective, character designs, and like dynamism, uh, with comics, you can easily do it in animation. So the difference between comic books and animation is that you just have to add some in-betweens in the comics. You can take the comic books and in between it, and you can achieve an animation.
Okay. Okay, cool. I'm glad my theory was kind of proven wrong. Thank you.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Hello again. So, what do you think is like your favorite like piece of animation or like show that you've worked on,
My favorite piece of animation.
or like show or any other media? What do you think was your favorite to work on?
I had a lot of fun in Asbin Hotel.
Hazbin Hotel, great.
Yeah, because that I felt a lot free on choosing because I was the supervisor in there, so I was free to choose whatever I like the most, like about the effects, is how they should have treated the style. So I had a lot of fun with it, and also thanks to the fact that, sorry guys, one moment. So, as I was saying, Admin Hotel, especially in the last fight. I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything. You all seen everything, right?
Yeah, the all of season 2 is finally out. I've definitely watched it all. Did you guys watch the show?
No.
No, they haven't watched it. Okay.
Okay, so I don't want to spoil anything, but in the final episode, I had a lot of fun with all those boom, 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 you know?
Mm,
Ooh, there were a lot of explosions.
Yes, exactly.
Wow, that must have been very fun to animate.
Yeah, a lot, a lot. I
And
love animating explosions because explosions are one of the most fun things to play with because they are very easy in terms of understanding their physics. Um, the designs are very complicated because they have a lot of details in there, but you just need to, as we did for the Thunder, for example, you just need to make it start and then it kind of fades into the design. So if you start from the design, you can go backwards and have the explosion. So they are very fun to animate.
I guess I found an answer to another question, which was, what was your favorite effect? And that answer was explosion. So that was
Yeah,
another great, answer. Thank you.
absolutely.
bless you.
Electricity, bless you. Electricity and explosions.
Mhm.
So electricity and explosions are your favorite effects.
So sorry?
You said that electricity and explosions are your favorite effects.
Ma- yes.
Excellent, thanks.
Anytime.
My God.
So I loved your suggestion before about like as an entry level position with getting into FX. Was that how you started as well? Getting into the industry.
Yes, not exactly. I wanted to. I have a background traditional animation, right? So I always loved to make traditional animation, but to enter the industry, internationally speaking, you cannot find a job as a junior animator for like with traditional animate characters. So one way, the best way, so I started with cutout animation, so puppets, you know, which was something that I hated. So one way to shift again in the traditional animation was effects because effects cannot be rigged, and so they are fully hand drawn, and that basically was the like the doors opening from for the heaven for me and going back to the traditional animation. So if you like to work with traditional animation, FX is the way. And then from FX, you can shift again in character animation.
Awesome, good to know. Yadi, you had a question?
I did, but you answered it, when you did that lightning demonstration. I was gonna ask how you would do backlit animation, but like I said, you already demonstrated that.
Okay, perfect. Glad I did.
Okay, does anybody from our in the chat, does anybody wanna have a question? Like Adesona or Benjamin, did you guys have a question?
Uh, Not necessarily, but I do want to say that I'm like so impressed and like inspired by watching you work, and I feel like I learned a lot. Just like seeing the process and like going through it very slowly, and I really appreciate getting to learn from you today. So thank you.
Thanks. So happy to hear that.
Yeah, I would love to do what you do. So this is so cool to me.
So that's very nice. Like it to hear about that. So let me leave you with that thing. So I found this year an animation studio called Underdogs, this one.
Whoa.
And we are just creating some animation courses which imply like 3D rigging to the FX. We have a lot of like courses online. Also.
Oh, so this is
Oh,
what,
he said courses. Yeah, this is his class. Yeah.
oh, I thought
Oh,
this was
you're teaching this?
Yes, I'm teaching. I'm the main teacher of Underdog. So if you want to go a little bit around here, I don't know if everything is translated in English. I hope so. If not, we will like translate it as soon as possible. And we will also make a master class, which is this thing here. Thanks to which, sorry, it should be this. This will be also in English, and it's all about, sorry, it's in Italian here, but it's about taking the certification with Toon Boom Harmony. So it's very, so we are, this is me, this is also there are sound design courses, something that can make you achieve the full like 360 of production in animation.
This is so cool. Wow. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, anytime. So just to let you know, so if you wonder like what I'm doing, like if I teach classes here.
Yeah, like put a link to it in the chat and I'll like post it on our Discord.
Yeah, okay.
Please.
Like this is really awesome.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. It took me a little while.
So is it like a pre-recorded class or is it or
Uh,
study or is it kind of like with you?
It's with me, like the one that we just did.
First page. It's first page.
They are more structured, and there are also pre-recorded classes.
Hmm.
Choose. We are just working with it. There are not yet the pre-recorded, but we are just doing them live like this. But yes, if you are interested, just write me about it. Also, you have my Instagram, so
Hmm.
there.
Awesome, awesome.
So that's basically it. So if you don't have any more questions,
All right. Any last minute questions or?
Uh,
100 gorillas or one, and 100 human beings or 100 gorillas? You know, one gorilla.
Oh,
One
yeah,
gorilla
that's
or 100
the
human
question.
beings?
100 gorillas or
No,
No,
100,
no.
100 human beings or one gorilla. Who's winning?
I think 100 human beings can make it.
Finally, yes.
I see. I'm rude.
All right,
I'm
guys.
asking serious questions here.
All right. Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much
Thank
for giving us your
you.
time. Yes,
Guys, thank
really
you.
appreciate this. Yes.
Yeah, I appreciate it as well. I like to see all that interesting stuff. Like it's not that usual for me.
mhm.
So that's nice. I
I'm
had
definitely skilled at VFX. Oh, long time.
yeah. Study it. Study it. It's very important.
Yep, that's true.
Bye, everyone.
Thank
Thank you.
All
you.
right, thank you.
Bye.
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 That was pretty good.
Oh, yes, that was great.
Yeah, it definitely got better later than it definitely got better later than that of when it started because of the just the demonstration.